Good morning, students. Welcome to math class 6. Today we are going to start a new chapter. That is chapter number 8, three-dimensional shapes. Three-dimensional shapes is also called 3D shapes. Okay, it's also called 3D shapes. First of all, you have to understand what is dimension over here. Okay, what is dimension mean? What is dimension? My simple question, what is dimension? Can anyone tell? A dimension is a measurement in a space. Okay, what is dimension? A dimension is a measurement of any object in a space. Suppose when we are measuring something like length, height, breadth, okay, so it is called dimension. Okay, as per your book, let's start with solid. Now let's talk about what is solid. Solid is what? Solid is an object which occupies some space. Alright? Solid is an object which occupies space. Example, what occupies space? Example, a chalk occupies space. A duster is occupying a space. Yes, this board is also occupying a space. Like a chair which you are seated over there, there's occupied space. Your table, your bench, your desk, your bed is occupying a space. Alright, these all are called solid. Okay, these all are called solid. A closed plane figure. When you're talking about a closed plane figure, example, a closed plane figure having two things. What is that? One thing is perimeter. Okay, closed plane figure having two things. One is perimeter. Yes, and second thing is what? Second thing is area. Okay, closed plane figure having two things. One is perimeter and second one is area. This border is called perimeter and the space it is occupies is called area. So closed plane figure having occupied two things, that is a perimeter, area. But while solid having a volume and a surface area. While solid having a volume and a surface area. Okay, solid having two things is what? Volume, first thing. Second thing, surface area. Surface area. Alright. Now over here, plane figure and solid figure. Plane figure having a 2 dimension, while solid figure having a 3 dimension. Okay, what is plane figure 2 dimension? 2 dimension is length and breadth. Length and breadth. Breadth. Okay, let's take an example. It's having a 2 dimension. What is that? One is length. Okay, one is length and second one is breadth. Okay, this is a plane figure, length and breadth. But in a solid figure having a 3 dimension, 3D, what is that? The another thing, we have a length, yes, we have a breadth, yes, and one more thing in a 3 dimension, that is what? That is height. Example, this example of what? This example of plane figure that's having a 2 dimension. What 2 dimension? Length and breadth. Okay, and what is the example of solid figure 3D? That is a length, breadth and height. Okay, example is your book. It having a length, it's having a breadth, and it's having a some height also. Alright, another example, when you will see this duster, it's having a length, it's having a breadth, and it's having a height also. So solid figure which occupy a space, it having a surface area and a volume, okay, it's having a length, breadth and height are called 3D, okay, or 3-dimension shapes. Children, in your daily life you come across with many of the solid objects or figure like bricks, like dice, like cylinder, like your ball, like your ice cream cone. Okay, so these are the example of solid figures which you come across into daily life. Now let's talk about what is a two-dimensional figure. Okay, what is a two-dimensional figure which you come across with your daily life. Now let's talk about what is the example of 2D shapes like triangles, hexagons, pentagons, circle, okay, rectangle, square. So these are the example of 2D or 2-dimension. But what is the example of 3D, 3-dimension? So let's talk about what is the example of 3D's 3-dimension. That is cube, cuboid, prism, pyramids, spheres, cone, cylinder are the example of 3D, 3-dimensional shapes. Okay. Now over here in a 2D, this figure is called what? In a general term, this is called rectangle. Rectangle having two things. What is that? That is length and another one is breadth. So how many dimension over here? Is a 2-dimension. Length, breadth. Okay. So here are 2-dimension. One length and one breadth. So this is 2-dimension. Okay. But when you will give one more dimension to any 2D shapes, it will become a 3-dimension. Like that, what the third one was? Height. Okay. When we are giving height, okay, this was our rectangle. Okay. When we are giving height to this rectangle, and we will just join this line, it will become 3D, 3-dimension. Now it's having a three things. What is that? One is length, one is breadth, and one is height. Okay, or you can write anywhere, that is called height. Alright, so it's having a one length, one breadth, and one height. That is, this types of figure which having a three things, length, breadth, and height, is called 3-dimension. Okay, and this figure is called cuboid. What is called? It's called cuboid. Okay. Now let's talk about another figure. One figure is here. What is the name of the figure? Who will tell? This is what? This is square. Yes. Okay. It's having a two things. You know that all sides are equal. Okay. It's having a two things. One is height and one is breadth. Sorry. One is length and one is breadth. Okay. That is length and breadth. You can measure anything. Both things will be equal over here. So one length and one breadth. Okay. So when we are giving height to this square, what figure will become? What figure it will form? So first of all, we have to draw a square. Okay. When I will give one height to this square, what figure it will formed? Who will tell what kind of figure this is? It's having a three things. What is that? One is length, breadth, and height also. Okay. So one length, one breadth, and one height. So this types of figure is called 3D figures. Okay. It's an example of 3D figure. Now let's talk about elements of elements of 3-dimension. Okay, 3D shapes. First one is what? Face. Generally you have to read three elements: face, edge, and number 3 is vertex. Vertex. What is face? What is edge? And what is vertex? Okay. Face is what? A face is a flat side of a solid figure. A flat side. A flat side of solid figure. Solid figure is called face. Example. This example of what cuboid is, right? So how many faces are here? How many faces? Face means which you can see this. How many faces? Let me count. First face, okay. First, one, 2, all right. Okay, then 3, okay. And come here, 4 face. Now at the top, 5 face. At the bottom, there's a 6 face. All right. So face is what? A flat side of any solid figure is called a face. All right. Face is what? A flat side of any solid figure is called face. Edge is what? Edge is a place where two faces are met. Okay, it's a line segment. Like example, two faces, top face and here side face. When this are met, this line segment form. This is called edge. Okay, a cuboid. Let's take an example of cuboid. How many faces in a cuboid? Then you will understand a better way. Right, let me draw cuboid over here first. Let's draw one rectangle, okay, and one more rectangle. This is example of cuboid. Okay, now edge. Edge is what? The edge is what? Where two faces met. Okay, so how many faces met here and how many edges are here? So we have to count, right? So first of all, let me count this line. Okay, this is, let me mark 1. Okay, this line, because here this face and this face are met. 2. Here third one, because this line and another bottom line, bottom face are met. Now this one, okay, this face and side face are met. 4. Now this line, okay, line segment. 5, and this line, this face, two faces are met. 6. Okay, this line. 7. Okay, now this line, because this face and top face are met. 8. Here also 1, 9, 7, 9. This line 10. Okay, and this line 11, and one more line is over here, that is 12. Okay, so a cuboid having a how many edges? 12 edges. Okay, similarly, edge is what? Where two faces are met. Where any two faces are met, that line is called edge. Okay, now what is vertex? Now what is vertex? A place where this edge are met is called vertex. Example in the same figure, where this edge are met. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. How many vertices are there? There are 8 vertices in this figure. Okay, what is vertex? A place where the edge is met is called vertex. Okay, or vertex. So this cuboid having a 6 face, 12 edge, and 8 vertices. Okay, hope that you understand entire things. That's all for today. Read the chapter at home and draw some 3D shapes into your copy and read the entire chapter at your home. Thank you so much.